Today I'm going to be playing a Patreon deck from Mock, and coincidentally, this is very similar to the deck I played yesterday, which is Quest Warrior, Pirate Warrior. So yesterday I played this deck in Standard, and I really hated it. It just felt like all the pirates were too expensive and there just weren't enough pirates. But it looks like that problem is solved in Wild. The deck is almost entirely pirates, and the only card that costs more than 2 mana is Ankar, which is also our only weapon. So we draw it every game off the first part of Raid the Docks.
Magni versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
For Cosmodan!
I'm assuming I'm going to be the one developing. Well, I guess Mage in this format is Secret Mage, right? Is Risky Skipper good? I don't think it's that good. Maybe I don't even keep the second first mate. I have a lot of good one-cost pirates, and I also want to hit Parachute Brigand. I think I'm pretty happy with this mulligan. Open the Waygate. Okay. Pretty reasonable turn 1 play. Oh, that's a really strong card for them to hit. Not great missiles, though. Looks like I probably am just going to be playing Ankar on turn 3. Man, the Ankar is so good when you're on the coin and hit 3 1-cost pirates. You can just anchor on curve. That probably is going to be Flame Ward. Do I attack into Flame Ward? That doesn't seem like a deck that's going to be developing a lot of minions.
Maybe... No.
I guess it could be Ice Block. Oh, cool. Really glad I decided to make the attack there. It's probably Ice Block. So I still need to play 4 pirates. Pretty unlikely that I'll be able to play Rokara. Even, well, I guess I should be able to play her on turn 6 pretty consistently.
Maybe...
In a box?
See what I can hit with the Scamp here. Interesting Parachute Brigand draw. I can play 2 pirates here. Is Cult Neophyte better than 3 minions? Probably not, right?
Grab your cutlass! Grab your cutlass! Swash! Buckle swash! Pirates away!
The unfortunate thing here is if my opponent just clears my board, I don't have 2 damage. Maybe I should have held the weapon so I could draw Deckhand or Fog Sail Freebooter. Seems like they're not going to be able to clear me here, though. Was an Ice Block, of course. Send a bunch of 2/1s in here. probably a pretty good chance of that being a Reno deck. So could be Reno here, but probably no more ice blocks.
We're gonna be rich.
Yep, there we go.
Well played.
But I still get to play Rokara.
Set sail! The Juggernaut is under my command! Two for one,
You can count on me. I'm certified.
Wow, they're at 2 out of 8 on their quest. Okay, they do lock out my weapon for a turn, but still get some pretty good cannon shots, and that was not a great mana cyclone. Hopefully they can't abuse this cursed blade. Taking double damage does not sound like fun.
Yar! It's up to me then.
Man, they're almost done with their quest.
No, don't. It's still good.
Did they really draw 2 minions off that?
Someone's out on me.
Pretty good weapon. I think I would have rather had a higher damage weapon though. So where are we at? These kill the taunt. I have 4, 6, 13. Maybe I can hit a South Sea Captain or something.
Take the ship. It's hammer time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm ever gonna have lethal here.
Two for one, special! Take this! This is my ship!
The opponent's at 7. No point in shooting with this because even the cannons don't kill. Well, shit, let's see if I'm dead. I know my opponent discarded Malagos with the expired merchant, so I'm not afraid of that. But they have 2 minions they drew off the book. So if those are both giants, I could be dead.
Someday I'll be just like you!
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Your wish is my
Zephyrus. I'm not too worried about Zeph. Obviously, it probably clears my board, or probably freezes my board. I don't know, actually.
What to do?
Seems like my opponent doesn't really have a hand that can abuse Open the Way Gate. But maybe they take a freeze off that and then play it with Calicos next turn.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Oh, they did go for the Brawl, huh? I feel like a Frost Nova may have served them better, but maybe it wasn't offered. Any pirate was going to be lethal here. Actually, I didn't even need anything to live because I have Freebooter plus weapon. But the 6/6 was one of the better outcomes. It does feel good to beat Ice Block Reno Zephyrus and Open the Way Gate.
Magni versus Goff.
I think I just keep every 1-mana pirate with this deck. Seems kind of silly to mulligan a 2-drop, but that is the top of my curve, basically. So I'm up against a Druid. They could also be playing pirate things. Ankar is really bad. Ankar is basically patches in this deck, right? You just never want to draw it.
That rope's burning again.
Don't love playing the deckhand without it having charge, but whatever. Man, whatever my Druid opponent is doing, it's awfully slow. Actually feels pretty good to be able to just play Ankar here. Maybe drawing it isn't that bad, because the curve is sometimes a little awkward when you draw this, usually going into turn 4. I guess I don't really want to attack with the weapon here. I have a couple first mates in deck, but I just want to make sure this deckhand can go face next turn. Need to play 3 pirates to get Rakara. Should almost always be able to do that next turn.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Oh my god, I just accidentally hero powered. Well, that's okay. I have the mana to play everything I want to anyway.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Double Cursed Castaway. I guess I hit with this since I have no obvious reason to hold it, and I could play N'Zoth's first mate with Rakara next turn. I am afraid of spreading Plague. I think I can lose to that card. But even against Plague, like, Rakara is pretty good. Surprised to see Guardian Animals in Wild.
Set sail! The Juggernaut is under my command!
My crappy little pirates don't do a very good job against those big beasts. But it's not like I'm in any danger here.
From the smallest seed.
Super Collider is pretty good, actually.
Wow.
Hammer time!
10, I have 11 here. Not quite going to be lethal. But I guess I send my rush minion in there. 3-2. Yeah, just go face, leave the opponent at 1, and then they probably die to a cannon shot next turn. Well, I'm 10-0 with this deck so far, so seems good. Good job, Mock. But I still think there's room for improvement. We are playing like every cheap pirate, which I think is a good thing. But we're not playing Ship's Cannon. And as much as we want to just be advancing the quest, and Ship's Cannon itself is not a pirate, I feel like the card, it's just so good. You just have to play it. So the obvious cut is this Cult Neophyte that's just kind of sitting here randomly as a one of. Not sure where we get the other duck slot from. I think everything else is a pirate. Yeah, I mean, we're obviously not cutting Ankar, and then everything else is a pirate, except Shiver Their Timbers. I kind of just want to cut this card. I've played 10 games, and I haven't really ever needed it. It just doesn't really feel like it's what my Pirate Warrior deck wants to be doing. So I'm just going to cut one of those for a Ship's Cannon. Similar to Ship's Cannon is the Sky Barge, but it is a little bit expensive. Maybe not worth playing in this deck. And of course it is a little bit difficult to find the room for it. We'd probably have to cut Shiver Their Timbers and then maybe find something else. As far as more expensive pirates go, Sword Eater's definitely a good card, but I don't think we really need the weapon. South Sea Captain definitely seems like it could be strong because we do flood the board quite a lot. Maybe you want to make room for South Sea Captain, but what would we possibly cut for it? Probably Bloodsail Raider. I definitely don't think we cut any of the 1-mana pirates. We could maybe cut Risky Skipper. It's a little bit awkward. But there are probably matchups where you kind of need the Risky Skipper. There are some Pirate Warriors on HS Replay that have some hilarious win rates, but they'll have really low sample size. Looks like most of these lists actually don't have that much faith in Risky Skipper, which does seem reasonable to me. Let's cut the Skippers for South Sea Captains. Dread Corsair is a good pirate, but we don't really play big weapons, so I don't think it's that useful in this deck. Similar with Horde Pillager. It's kind of funny that we play a quest Pirate Warrior, and Sky General Crag is just too slow for the deck, even though it's a pirate quest card. What about Sky Captain Crag? Costs 1 less for each friendly pirate. I guess this card's probably going to cost like 4 mana usually, which is pretty slow. I think I do want to cut this Shiver Their Timbers for 1 copy of Sky Barge. And I think I'm pretty happy with this list. We'll see how it plays out.
Magni versus Garrosh. Victory or death for Cosmodan.
Love to see Parachute Brigand. Wonder if my opponent is also playing Pirate Warrior. Oh no. This is my first patches draw in 14 games. Alright, this is the real test.
Grab your cutlass. Let's buckle swash. Pirates away!
I think I do want to save the Bloodsail Corsair for the opponent's Ankar.
Grab your cutlass. Let's buckle swash. Pirates away! Who goes there?
I think I do save the Bloodsail Corsair. My opponent's Ankar only costs 1 mana next turn, so they can pretty much always play it, and I can play this alongside my Ankar. Oh, they play that weapon. Interesting. Well, that weapon is also breakable.
Grab your cutlass. Let's
feel like Ankar is just so much better than Outrider's Axe. I mean, I guess they play both probably, but I'd rather just hit the Ankar every game. That's a 4-mana pirate. Did I fire my cannons last turn? I did. Wish I had some cannons for that. Maybe a freebooter? Nope. Well, I drew Rakara, so I don't think I need to play Bloodsail Corsair here. Just play it alongside Rakara next turn. Wait, did my opponent not draw a weapon off their quest? Or did they draw that Outrider's Axe? I thought they hadn't completed that part of the quest yet. What I'm getting at is I could have just played the Bloodsail Corsair last turn. Well, whatever. I got the Juggernaut down, and the opponent can't even play theirs this turn, so I'm really far ahead. Captain's Parrot. That is way too slow. When there are this many pirates that you can just put in your deck, there's no reason to play a 2-mana 1/1 that draws a pirate. Good attack against the cannons. Good weapon. Bad hit though, given the weapon. No real reason to play that here. Could just play it for the tempo, but I'll just take some armor. Hero powering's pretty good because my Juggernaut just wins. My opponent can potentially play Rakara this turn, but I feel like it's just too slow. Maybe I'm wrong though. If I just hit like patches off of my pirate spawn every time and they hit cargo guard, then I could still lose this game. Good old ship's cannon. 4, 6, 8. I guess I'll kill this just to be safe or something. I don't know. I forgot this pirate existed. What a bad card. Wow. That's quite a card to play in your Pirate Warrior. Opponent's at 10. I have 9. Actually, no, I do have 9. I can use this to break the weapon to kill this with 1 less damage, but then I miss 1 face damage. Alright, set the opponent to 1. They're gonna die to my cannons eventually.
Tickets don't come cheap.
Glory! I'm here for the gold. Someone's gotta lead the charge.
It really feels like I'm starting to lose this game. But I just need a cannon shot to go here. Or maybe here. Okay, I actually don't need a cannon shot to go anywhere because I got a big weapon. Actually, I did since my minion got whirlwinded. But okay. Anyway, we got there. Superior deck build.
Mage versus Thompson.
Do not doubt my power.
For Cosmodon!
Parachute Brigand is nice. Harbor's Camp is really good. Yeah, I probably do just keep it. Like, on the coin, if you hit triple 1-drop, you can play Ankar on turn 3. But Harbor's Camp is probably too good to toss. I have to imagine I'm favored against the deck that wants to damage itself, but we'll see. The dream is I draw any 1-mana pirate next turn, other than Patches, so I can play it with Ship's Cannon and get 6 damage. Unfortunate. Do I just play Ship's Cannon here and hope it lives? Does it ever live? See if it lives. Maybe it makes my opponent not play a backfire or something that they wanted to play. Oh, my Ship's Cannon actually just lives here. Well, that's pretty nutty.
In the books?
I guess we will start with the Scamp. Beautiful shots. Let's take some more shots. 2 mana, 2/3, deal 10 damage. Pretty good card.
Are you a fan of knives?
Wow, that's a good card. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. It's just lethal. Turn 4, baby. Well, I did win 22 games in a row with this deck before finally losing to an odd hunter. So I'm going to say it's probably pretty darn good. The only change I would really consider is cutting the Sky Barge for something a little bit less expensive. I mean, 3 mana is just so much. I don't really know what it would be, though. I cut a Shiver Their Timbers for it. I didn't really miss this card, I don't think, although maybe it would have been useful in some matchups. I didn't really miss the Risky Skipper either. So, I don't know. The Sky Barge is the card you could cut, but I don't necessarily know that there's even anything I would want to cut it for.